Hello and welcome to Unleashed. I'm Carl Metzler, and this week we're heading to the U.S. Capitol to honor a very special dog. In Season 1, we introduced you to Canine Hurricane, a Secret Service dog that stopped a fence jumper at the White House in 2014. Hurricane received a host of awards for his bravery, and now he's adding to his collection. This week on Unleashed. There are over 86 million dogs in the United States, but only a select few are considered elite working or sporting dogs. From police and military canines to hunting and sporting dogs and everything in between, meet the dogs your dog aspires to be. Get ready to see man's best friend in a whole new light. This is Unleashed.
My name's Marshall Merarkey. I'm a former Secret Service officer with the Special Operations Division, and here's my partner, Canine Hurricane. Hurricane's my best friend in the world. He's been my partner for years. We worked together at the White House from 2012 to 2016. Hurricane is the dog that stopped the fence jumper who was making his way to the front door of the White House when President Obama and his family were just inside. He's a hero. He's my hero. After that incident, he got pretty banged up. He took a beating. We had to rush him to the ER that night. They treated him, took care of him, got him back to work again, but his health started declining after that from the fight that ensued. So he did end up retiring in 2016, and I have had him with me ever since. So the Secret Service Canine program is one of the best in the world. You know, we travel all over the world, train with different units, military, police, government. The instructors at the Secret Service and all of the canine program is for the EOD dogs and for the apprehension dogs. I mean, they are top notch. You know, when you're on the world stage like that, north grounds of the White House, cameras running 24 hours a day, it's a lot different about how you have to go about your business. You know, when you always have that many eyes on you, have thousands of people walking on Pennsylvania Avenue, you know, right there, president and family at any time can walk out onto the grounds. You know, it's not your typical scenario that you're in with a working dog. You're always around VIPs and you're always being watched. That's why we put so much time and energy into the training, the certifications. You know, we have to make sure these dogs are perfect. The canine program is so important for the agency because everything we do revolves around either protection in advance or protection on site. You know, you have the EOD dogs and the bomb dogs. You know, every single event that the president is at, everywhere he goes, the Secret Service bomb dogs are checking every square inch of that area. There's no room for error. You know, the president trusts his family, his kids. You know, they trust us with their lives. It's hard to even quantify the importance of that. You know, you're not really judged on your day-to-day activities. It's almost, you know, nothing happened today that was because of what you did, and when you do come in and save the day, nobody knows about it. Hurricane's situation was a little different. It was on the north grounds of the White House, so you know, his situation got a lot of notoriety, but things happen every single day in the Secret Service that save people's lives or prevent serious loss of life from happening, and they never speak of it. The canines are the unsung heroes, so a lot of the things that happen are because of them. The bomb dogs sweeping the property, the apprehension dogs protecting the property. We travel everywhere. Camp David, wherever the president goes, the bomb dogs go, the special operations teams all go. For me personally, when I'm out at work, having him with me, it's just like this security blanket. Like I trust all my teammates with my life, but having Hurricane there, it's almost like, it's just an extra feeling of no matter what happens, like you can't predict what people will do. I know what he'll do. Like he will lay it down for me if he has to. It's just, I'm super fortunate that I got to experience my career with such an amazing canine. I mean, the impact that he's had on the country, as well as me personally, I mean, he is a hero.
For your active dog, not just any dog food will do. It takes special care and nutrition to support their energy to work and play. That's why we made Kinetic Performance Dog Food. Each Kinetic formula is made with 3 animal proteins and no fillers like corn, wheat, or soy. This lets you feed less and still get more energy, faster recovery, and better weight maintenance. If health and performance matter to you, give Kinetic a try. We build it for our dogs, but you'll love it for yours.
When it comes to elite canine and handler training, the best of the best turn to one place, Von Lick Kennels. Von Lick is the premier full-service canine training center and detection service provider in the world. Their world-renowned training methods and experienced training staff produce the best canine and handler training available anywhere. When only the best will do, join over 5,000 law enforcement, government, and civilian agencies who count on Von Lick Kennels.
October 2014, me and Hurricane report to work for the night shift, just like we always do. We pull onto the north grounds, it's quiet. We're just hanging out. Hurricane takes his mid-shift nap. I can hear him snoring in the back. We get about halfway through the shift around 8 o'clock, and Hurricane almost, jumps up out of the back and alerts. They get so used to seeing the same things on the grounds at the White House. They know what sticks out, what's different. He actually jumped up like he saw something which caught my attention. I looked up, an individual was climbing over the fence. The team on the west side over by the west wing deployed the canine, stopped for progression of the individual, but then between some equipment malfunctions and some other issues, the individual was able to break free again and started to make a run, almost to shoot up the middle right towards the front door. Had multiple other operators on the lawn with me at that time. They're all wearing black, it's dark out. It's not something we typically train for at that distance, from that far with all those teammates in front of you like that. It's not a typical scenario that comes up, but I had to trust my dog. I know how good he is. I know, that he'll get the job done. I deployed Hurricane from the east side of the north grounds. He ran from one end to the other, weaving in and out of the teammates, and eventually got to the individual, took him down. The individual was not feeling any pain at that point, so it turned into a wrestling match between a 200-pound man and a 70-pound dog. And that's where, Hurricane just being all heart, that's where he really, that was his moment. He has one purpose in his life, it's to protect Dad. He doesn't know the president's right behind him. He doesn't know the president's kid's right there. He doesn't know he's at the White House. He just knows somebody's running towards Dad, he's gonna stop him. It started to get really bad towards the end. The individual was actually picking Hurricane up over his head, slamming him down, kicking him, and I knew he would never forgive me if I went in and interfered. That would be like pulling a fighter out right in the middle of a fight. That's his purpose, that's his moment. And I had to trust him and know that, he would figure out a way. He would latch onto the individual's arm, the individual would punch him in the head, so Hurricane would come around, bite him in the leg, he would kick him. Hurricane jumped up at one point, bit him in the back and pulled him back down, which was how he got him down the third time after the individual got up. And eventually he was able to bite and hold and pretty much pull him all the way back to the fence where he jumped. We were able to send our other two teams in, we cuffed the individual. Right after that, I could tell there was blood everywhere all over Hurricane's arms and legs. But tail's still wagging. All these years of training, trying to pull him back after that was almost impossible. I mean, you want to talk about putting up a fight, and anything he could to get back in there. You talk to your dog just like you talk to another partner on your team. I'm like, Hurricane, we're good, let's go back. Normally, he'll turn around, come back to the van with me. Well, not that day. I had to physically drag him from the front of the lawn all the way back to our vehicle, get him back in, and I'm trying to do checks on him, make sure nothing's broke, and he's just staring at me with that tongue out, tail wagging, he just wants that gratification and know that he did a good job, So I'm usually not over the top with the good boy and the petting and stuff, so that was one time where I was like, all right, I'm gonna let him know, how important he is to me, what he did. I really tried to praise him as much as I could because he was looking for it. That was something that you can't train for. That's not something that's happened before. You don't reenact beating your dog. He stepped up in that moment. It was a crucial moment in the history of the Secret Service. 2014, a lot of things were going on. There's a few security incidents. Somebody jumped the fence 2 weeks prior, got inside the White House. So we were on the world stage. We knew it. From talking to our director, we knew it. There's a lot of conversations going on Capitol Hill about our agency. It was the timing of it more than anything. You know, the fact that the president and his family are right inside is obviously a huge deal, and who's to go back and say now if that individual was able to get by hurricane and get in, you know, could have changed history. So it's what his impact and what he's done for the Secret Service, serving his country, protecting me. I mean, it's been amazing. He's had an amazing career.
Do you have passion? Do you have drive? Of course you do. But do you spend your days doing what makes you happy? If you're not doing what you love, you're wasting your time. Top Tier Canine is not just a dog trainer school, it's a business school. We seek those looking to join the pack. We are driven, we are passionate, and we are strengthened by each successful graduate. Time to work some dogs.
I need you to get me out of the country, out of here, away.
All in exchange for a sip of coffee?
Yeah, it's Black Rifle Coffee. Let's try some.
Later, loser!
Why don't you head over to blackriflecoffee.com and get yourself set up with a coffee club subscription.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Safari Insurance in Cincinnati if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
So after the incident, we took Hurricane to the ER that night, brought him back out to the training center the next day, you know, to make sure he was okay. You know, you have the medical techs look at the dog, but then also the trainers, because they're the ones who know everything about him, the way he walks, the way he moves, see if they notice anything either. We immediately got called out of there and were asked to report to Secret Service headquarters, where Director Joe Clancy gave Hurricane the Medal of Merit. That was the first thing that we did where I realized this is going to turn into something big. Shortly after that, the Director of Secret Service actually took me to the Christmas party as his guest because of Hurricane, and that's where we met Secretary Jay Johnson of Homeland Security. He ended up surprising us with the Medal of Valor. To be able to say that Hurricane has the Medal of Valor from the Secretary of Homeland Security, I mean, it's a pretty amazing award. After that, a lot of charities started honoring Hurricane. They flew us up to New York City. We went to the Animal Medical Center Top Gala. They gave Hurricane free medical for life and also gave him Top Dog of the Year. That's when we started meeting other charities and started thinking we can do something with this. Shortly after that, the UK reached out to us. The UK has been honoring animals for the PDSA since 1943. They do an award ceremony at British Parliaments. We teamed up with PDSA when we got there, and Hurricane got the PDSA Order of Merit. It's the equivalent of a knighthood. He was given that award right there at British Parliament. That was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. You know, to be there, be in another country. He was the first US dog to get it. You know, just, it was such an incredible experience. That was 2019, and you know, things from that have been growing every day, which has now brought us here back to Washington, D.C. for this weekend. So now today, the day has come, I can finally talk about it. We're here at the U.S. Capitol. Hurricane will be the first dog ever to receive the Distinguished Service Medal. This will be the pinnacle, you know, of everything he's done. He retired 6 years ago. The incident was 8 years ago. It's not just for the incident, for saving the president, for what he did at the White House. It's for his impact on society as a whole, almost like a Lifetime Achievement Award. They did not have this award before. This was specifically created this year. You know, 100 years from now, if they're still giving out the Distinguished Service Medal, I'll always, you know, be able to say Hurricane was the first dog to ever receive that honor. It's hard to put into words, you know, how grateful you all are to all these organizations. Animal and War and Peace, they put on this, you know, amazing ceremony here, you know, just to honor these dogs. Just people who love giving back. That's why I'm so proud to be a part of it. I've had so much support to get here, and Hurricane will now have just another medal that I can talk about and explain our journeys, our adventures, all the stuff we've gone through together, and hopefully more to come. So the thing that's starting to get hard for me is I'm well aware of Hurricane's age. He's 13 now in a couple weeks. I'm fortunate every day that I get to spend with him. That's why awards like these, we'll travel anywhere. They're so important because now I want every moment, every photograph, every experience. I want to have the memories that keep going. Like I said, watching my friends lose their dogs, their working dogs, the hardest things I've ever had to see. They're different forever. I mean, they've lost friends and that impacts everyone, but that dog, that partner, especially if they were together long, me and Hurricane are going on 11 years now, every day, every night, 24 hours a day. I know that day is coming soon. It's gonna be the worst day of my life, but events like these are so special because I know how much he's slowing down. I know that we won't be able to do this forever. To be here, we spent all those years at the White House, now to be here at the US Capitol, after coming from British Parliament, having him with me. There's some other canines here who will be receiving awards that are no longer with us, that their handler will be receiving, without them. That's going to be very hard to get through too. I'm mentally preparing myself for that. I can't imagine what that feels like, and in my head I know that could be me in the near future. To have this event, to be here, for him to be the first dog, I mean, this is just another memory that I'll always have of him. I can already picture him being up there, getting, having the ribbon put around his neck and having him have his new medal. I mean, he doesn't know exactly what's going on, but he knows when there's a room full of people staring at him. He knows he's doing something right. And it just, for me, just being dad, I'm super proud of him. I'm here because of him. I'm just an outlet for him and all the great things that he's done.
Are you tired of the same old toolbox that doesn't keep your gear organized, clean, or protected? Then you need a cam locker. Our exclusively designed aluminum toolboxes have hefty T-handles, insulated lids, and feature the cam locker system, the toughest aluminum toolbox lock. Proudly manufactured in the USA, Cam Locker will be the best and last toolbox you will ever own. So keep your tools and gear secure with a Cam Locker toolbox, the key to security.
Feel like the season just got started? Well, there's no reason to stop hunting now. At Highland Hunting, you can enjoy a great upland experience through the end of March. Located in southeast Iowa, we have over 1,200 acres of diverse upland habitat with the best flying and wildest birds you'll find at any upland outfitter. Our incredible staff and great accommodations let us show you a true Iowa upland experience at Highland Hunting. Give us a call and schedule your next adventure today.
No matter what you feed, sometimes your dog needs a little help to keep them at the top of their game. For some dogs, it can even mean the chance to just live a normal, healthy life. Our Kinetic supplements are formulated to meet specific needs to get and keep your dog at optimal health and performance. Your dog will love them, and you'll be amazed at the difference they make. If your dog needs an extra boost, give Kinetic a try. We build it for our dogs, and you'll love it for yours.
When handlers have their dog retire, it's one of the hardest days of their life, and it usually comes with a tough decision. A dog usually retires because you find out the dog has something wrong that can't work anymore. The day the dog retires, those bills become the burden of the handler. It's hard to pay for a dog in retirement, when they're technically not working anymore. Hurricane got an award in New York City at the Animal Medical Center, and they gave him free medical for life. Out of obligation, I couldn't just accept that and know that all the other dogs on the program did not receive the same care. We just had that natural purpose to say, we have to do something. Something has to be done. I can't allow my dog to get this special care and all his brothers and sisters not get the same thing just because he happened to be, the day was right, the time was right, Hurricane was on the world stage. The other dogs would have done the same thing. So we started Hurricanes Heroes, and we've been raising money now. We are currently sponsoring 26 dogs, and that's growing every week. We take all the burden off the handler. We have a veterinary care program with Paws of Honor where they set up all the medical, and we pick up the dogs and sponsor them, the ones that we can. I've been through a lot with a lot of the other handlers. You see family members die, parents die. Being around a handler when his or her dog has passed away, it's one of the hardest things to ever see. I mean, those have been worse than family members' funerals. Being in a situation where you have to make a hard call, whether it's you might spend X amount of dollars and it may or may not extend the dog's life, we remove that burden from the handler. You get to see all these lives that are affected just by these working dogs when they retire as well. They still have a secondary purpose. They become part of these officers' families. That's why the program is so important. We've been super fortunate that we've had so many people step up and help us as well. We most recently had Black Rifle Coffee Company. I knew they were the right people to reach out to. I know about their BRCC Gives program. Everyone's been telling me, you got to get in touch with them, call them. I was honestly just looking for a donation from them. Instead, a couple days later, Hurricane had a full brand new kit, because the old one was getting pretty beat up. And they've actually made a Hurricane Roast canine coffee where all the profits will go directly to Hurricanes Heroes 501c3. That's how we're able to keep the charity going. People like that who are willing to just step up and say, absolutely, we'll help.
As I got to know Marshall better, when we first had him out there to Salt Lake, and I got to meet Hurricane, which was awesome, I assumed that, like military service, being a veteran or still in the service, that you get TRICARE for life, or there's some sort of mechanism to take care of these heroes and these animals that have given their life and their dedication to the job. To come to find out that that's it. Once you're done, once you're retired, you get nothing. So it was an eye-opener to me, and it made all the more sense to support Canine Hurricanes Heroes. When we learned about the Hurricane story, which everybody knew the story, but we were able to more intimately become involved, we had a vision of like, what, we sell coffee, let's make him his own batch of coffee and make sure that all the profits go back to exactly where it's supposed to be. So we aligned the announcement with National War Dog Day. So on Sunday, you'll be able to sign up to get an email when the bag is available, because it's coming hot off the presses in the roaster as we speak. So it'll be available, obviously it'll be emailed, but it'll be available in April.
So, I have Hurricane's picture on a coffee bag. It's amazing. All of the profits will go directly to Hurricanes Heroes 501c3. So, anyone loves coffee, dogs, this is your opportunity to make sure that money, gets to where it needs, and we'll make sure that money and all the profits from this Hurricane Roast bag, we'll make sure it gets to the dogs who need it most. So being here today at the U.S. Capitol, it's bittersweet. We are here at the Capitol today. Hurricane's receiving the Distinguished Service Medal. This one's really getting to me. When I look back and I see all the friends that have lost their dogs and what they've went through, and I know that I'm gonna have to go through that one day. The one thing that gives me some peace of mind is I know that because of the charity and because of the impact that he's had on society, his name will live on and he will continue to do good even after he passes. Hurricanes Heroes will still be raising money for canines long after Hurricane's gone. So his impact, his stamp on the world will be there, and that's what will get me through, those times without him, just knowing he's not here and he's still making a difference. He's still giving back. You can't really quantify everything that these police dogs do, these military dogs do. Aside from their service, what they do to become part of someone's family, the impact they have outside of work, the impact Hurricane's having right now. First dog ever to win the Distinguished Service Medal. We're going to use this opportunity to continue to get the message out about retired working dogs like Hurricane, and make sure that no retired dog goes without the best medical care. That's the message that we want to get across today. He'll get his award, and after that, it's right back to raising money for these retired pups because they deserve it.
Well, congratulations to Canine Hurricane and Marshall on a very well-deserved honor. If you want to get involved with Hurricanes Heroes, visit caninehurricanesheroes.org and become a part of helping Hurricanes' legacy continue on for generations to come. Donate as you're able to help our nation's retired canine heroes. Well, that's all the time we've got left this week. We'll see you next time on Unleashed.